Hello. So today we're gonna do the activity 6 of object-oriented programming. So what we have here is the instruction. So supposedly we're gonna make a program to get the difference between the largest and smallest uh, value integer on a 10 element array of integers. So the program needs to ask input, user input, and this will serve as the values of the array. So first things first, we're gonna need to make a new file. So we're gonna use Visual Studio, make a new file, select language, Java. And then first things first, we're gonna need to import our necessary variables. Okay, import, not variables but packages. Import packages. So import, since we're gonna need user input, I'm gonna import buffer builder, the buffer builder class. So buffer builder. We're gonna name this as this is now before we proceed, I'm gonna save this first. Save as what's the step? So now we have made the Java class file. So let's proceed now to make the main function. So public static now the next thing we need to do is declare buffer builder. So get user input. So input string meter, let's name this as input. No, input string meter system dot in. And then we need to declare buffer builder as data in. And new buffer builder. From it gonna take inputs from inputs string builder. So now the next thing we need to do is to declare the array. So in here I'm gonna name the array as num. So since we're gonna use integers, the data type is also integers. So integers num constructor for the array, and then since we don't have initial values, we're gonna declare this. So we're gonna 5, and we need 10 elements, so 10. Now at this point, we're gonna make a for loop to one by one get the elements from the user. So to do that, we're gonna make a for loop for I plus so the next thing is I'm gonna make a try and catch statements, so that in case the user provided invalid inputs, so it won't break the code or the program, and will just repeat the prompt. So to do that, I'm gonna make a loop so that I'm gonna make a loop that will try to get the user input as long as the desired user input, which is integer, is not yet satisfied. Excuse me. So try, then let's write the prompt. Just enter number. Now what I'm adding here is a indicator, so that we know what number of elements are we. So if we are if the program is asking for the first number of the array, it will indicate that it's the first. And then num, so we're gonna get the index equals to teacher mars data. Then we break just in case the this function is satisfied, this statement. So if the user provided an integer, it will break. If not, it will go on to this catch statements. So we're gonna catch exceptions. Code. Then it will prompt that the user needs to repeat and input an integer, valid input. Yes. Oh, I forgot the semicolon. And then this one will just print a no, this one will just make a space under on the output. So let's make this nice. Now let's move on to the getting the highest value out of those arrays. So to do that, we're gonna use the package from Java, which is import the Java routine and arrays. Under arrays, there are functions that we can use to get the maximum and then the minimum values inside of it. So to do that, we just need to print the arrays first. So just hang that up. Okay. Then use a for each loop to iterate each element for in items. Then in num, in the num array, we're gonna print every element system that okay. Then another space. Let's copy this. Access to the max, the maximum max value. To do that, we're gonna use the package earlier, which is the arrays. So we're gonna make another variable, integer max, and under max is array dot string dot string num. We're gonna string the array, which makes it iterate through each of the elements, and then it will get the max value. So max, and then it will get the it will get it as an integer. So that string. Let's move on to the main. Same function. Getting the difference. So integrate the difference is equals to max minus min. Now we can print it. System dot print the address value. Address value is call max system dot out smallest one is and then let's call the difference system is done. Now let's try to run this. Let's try to run this code. It's taking a while. Okay, let's enter the first index. So index 0, we're gonna enter 1. Index 2, index 1. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then what should we get is an array arranging from 1 up to 10. And then the highest value is 10. And the lowest value is 1, and their difference should be 9. So let's see. So we have the array from 1 to 10, and then the largest value, it returned 10, the smallest value, it returned 9. So it's working. Now let's try another run, test run. So what if the user entered a wrong input? So that's the purpose of our try and catch blocks, control structures earlier. So let's try at the first index we input 1, and then the user misclicked and input like this. So what will gonna happen is it will raise an error, but it will return us to enter the value at index 1, so we can continue on. So 25 at index 2, last index 10. So what should be, so 65, the largest value, correct? And then the smallest value is 2, and their difference is 63. So that's all for the first part of activity 6. Now let's move on to the second part, which is we're gonna make a list about, let's see, the here. This is the second part of activity 6, and using arrays, we're gonna make a 2D array such that it will display these elements, or these elements. So these are vegetables. So first thing to do is just complete. This is a comment, so it won't bother us later. So goodness, the title here is problem. Now the first thing we need to do is declare this array. So we're gonna make an array. So we do string. Let's name the array as vegetables, since those are vegetables, and then the constructor, and then proceed to make your populate your arrays. So the first sub array is, we have carrots, broccoli, now that we're done getting the elements of the vegetable array. So the next thing we need to do is print those values. So what I'm gonna do is try to copy the format. So we're gonna make a table. So to do that, I'm just gonna need to then it's so table and then now to print each of those values, we're gonna make use of for each loop. So for string row in array vegetables, and then on each of those rows there are columns, so we're gonna use another for each loop for string column in the array rows row. So we're gonna print each of them. System.out we're gonna format the table to make it nice and neat. So make it as then call each of them. And then now let's try to run this. Okay, we just need to fix the table. So now let's try again. So there we go. So let's check. So we have here carrots, broccoli, asparagus, and then cauliflower, potatoes, cabbage, and lettuce, bell pepper, squash, peas, zucchini, radish, eggplant and string beans, celery, mushrooms, and tomato. So that's it for activity 6 arrays, and